There's something that just feels right about Seattle. The vibe, the people, definitely the basketball. Yeah, I know. It's been a minute since the city's had an NBA team, but that hasn't stopped them from producing NBA talent. It's like they keep planting new seeds and giving it that good rain. This is the part that I'm interested in learning about, their process, and this brotherhood thing I keep hearing about. But really, I just got a whole lot of questions for this area. Like, why do people love it up here so much? Why are folks just so dang nice? There's something just different here. I got to see what's in this water. So I came all the way from California just to find the heart of the city. All right, so we just touched down in Seattle. Our first stop is the Rotary Boys and Girls Club. And there's something special happening in Seattle. We really want to get down to the bottom of it because it's like a brotherhood here, man. They're starting to raise up these really good basketball players. And even though they don't have like an NBA team here anymore, so there's still something real happening here. Deep roots got to start somewhere. And in Seattle's hoop scene, Daryl Hennings and Dan Finkley are two of the anchors. They've seen a lot of dudes come through the Rotary-style program since 1992. Guys like Brandon Roy, Tony Roten, and Jamal Crawford. And while travel ball has been taking a lot of heat recently, Daryl and Dan seem to be doing it the right way. They've helped shape the basketball community, focusing on just that, the community.
When we started out, we didn't plan on dudes going to the NBA. We planned on trying to help kids get to school. And like Dan said, provide them an opportunity. And, we always tell them, if you can make it in high school, great. If you get to college, that's even better. But that's all we're really looking for, you know what I'm saying? Get your college paid for. Now, if you go beyond that, we'll all be standing there clapping for you, you know what I'm saying? But just get school paid for, and if you can use your athletic ability to do that. And I think, they bought into it. And then the guys that come back that have made it, then it becomes, to the little kids, it's attainable now. It's, I can make it to the NBA, from Garfield High School or from Rotary Boys and Girls Club. I can make it there. Like later on today, Nate Robinson will be up here probably later on today. His kids play here, but he comes in and he plays hoop like really? It was like he came here when he was after school. I mean, him and Aaron Brooks, Aaron will walk in here just like he did when he was in 7th grade.
It's not necessarily that they have to give back with money. It's just coming into the club and taking pictures with all the kids, and they're starstruck by that because they see the pictures on the wall, but when they actually get a chance to meet a Peyton Siva or a Tony Roten or a Marvin Williams or whoever it may be, I think that goes way further than just looking at their picture every day.
To leave a legacy of helping out other people is impressive, in its own right, So that's kind of the way I look at it.
They built everything by their character, and just being good people, and they got a good thing going. And just hearing that from the older guys older than me, that means a lot, just passing down that knowledge and just seeing what's brewing down here in Seattle. Garfield High School, one of the top teams in Seattle and in the country for that matter. They got a few players that got some buzz. Jayshawn Augusto, whose 10-year-old workout videos went viral, and Jalen Noel, an up-and-coming player. But this team's made up of more than just stars. They practice differently. High energy, lots of skill work, serious, almost like a college team. And I wanted to see how they get ready before the playoff game the next day. I never seen a team play dodgeball in practice, but I love how much fun they were having. I was a little different. Kind of like the Seattle Brotherhood thing I kept hearing about.
This practice had great energy, great poise, great talk. You guys did so much today just to get better. It has nothing to do with the other team. It has to do with us. If we're willing to play basketball and give everything that we got the way that we've been doing since November 17th, nobody will beat us. And we'll win, okay? But we'll have a lot of fun doing it. We'll have a lot of energy, a lot of effort. A lot of guys on the side, on a bench, giving each other five and pounding each other and jumping up and chest bumping each other. That's what we'll have. You know, guys like Jamal, who I was fortunate enough to coach. He's probably definitely one of the trailblazers in this because and he had people reach back to him. I remember when he was young, and this when I was still playing in the Seattle Pro-Am and the Doug Christie Pro-Am. Doug Christie reached back to him, and other guys, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. So I don't think the secret is so much of what do we do different here than other cities do it. But these guys genuinely, I think they were raised well, number one. They had good coaching, in terms of good mentorship, good relationship building, and they want to do it. And these guys, they see the value in it. If we go outside, it's about the city. Inside, we make each other better. Garfield makes Rainier Beach better. Rainier Beach makes Franklin better. Franklin makes, O'Day better. Cleveland better. You know what I'm saying? Seattle's an underdog. We're way up here in the northwest, corner where nobody thinks, number one, there's no black folks. Nobody thinks there's no ball. Just now, recently, cats are like, okay, Seattle, they're coming in. I even watch AAU tournaments. Okay, Seattle Rotary's playing. Northwest Express is playing. Whatever. And, they give us a little respect. But still, we're walking in the games as underdogs. We got something to prove against Chicago, against L.A., against, New York, against Florida, whatever, Texas. And that's really what the chip is. You know what I mean? So if you want to talk about, what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce is that we grind it. And we want to work hard to be the best we can and just get our respect around the country.
All the other cities get a lot of love from the South, New York, all them top places, Chicago. We don't get a lot of love here. So people down here, we're trying to develop other players to get to that level so that Seattle can be known as a Chicago or New York and get the attention that New York and Chicago got. Every team is pushing each other, and we don't have any hate with each other. We're all friends once we're done playing each other. On the court, we're enemies. After, we're friends, Like we all pushing each other. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to make Washington the top of the platform,
This is what separates Seattle from every other city I've been to. This is what makes Seattle special. There's a family here, a brotherhood, something that I want to take back with me to my high school Price. It's about 10 a.m. right now. Just pulled out in front of Jason's house here and get some breakfast and catch some games later on. And just enjoy the day. Jason Jones. I've never met this dude before, but heard he was a local hoop trainer. He played and then coached at Garfield. So we were planning on checking out their playoff game together.
I think that there's a lot of people in the Seattle basketball community that genuinely want to see kids do well. And when you have, 16, 17 NBA players from this area and they all come back, everybody wants to be a part of that. There really isn't a whole lot of room for, being shady or being selfish because it's really not about you. It's about how can we get more kids to the league.
Remember, I said I never met this dude before. And when I showed up at his house, Seattle hospitality was in full effect. There were waffles, bacon, sausage, eggs, and fruit just waiting for us. Him and his wife just invited some strangers over and spent all morning throwing down in the kitchen. This is that type of generosity that I was all over Seattle. People doing nice things just to do them. I can see why the community is so strong, where the basketball brotherhood came from.
Garfield's won championships in the past. So they've had a tradition of success. Where the girls would win and the boys would win the same year. Like my senior year, the girls won and the boys won. So, we got the double, the 2-for-1. But those expectations really come from the community at large, man, because they're used to seeing a certain thing. And then, you know, I know when I played there, we had pictures of all the teams on one wall, and then on a separate wall, we had pictures of the teams that have won championships. And it was always you aspired to be on that wall.
After seeing Garfield practice, I was looking forward to seeing them play. So I headed to the game with Jason.
Young, we always felt we were overlooked. So I thought as basketball players, that's where we gained our toughness. You know, again, you go walk around Seattle, everybody is nice. But on a basketball court, we always felt like we were overlooked. You know, even in high school, we thought we did a lot of special things. We never got guys to go to McDonald's game. So in college, you know, me and Nate Robinson, we wanted to prove that we should have been those guys in high school. And then we carried that same attitude on to the NBA. So again, you know, we're overlooked, and I think that's good for us because, you know, we take responsibility with that and try to prove ourselves. So I don't know other cities, but Seattle's a small city, so we're close. You know, my high school is 5 minutes from Nate's, 5 minutes from Aaron Brooks, 5 minutes from Spencer Hawes. And I think that's the unique situation about what it is, you know, we compete against one another, but we know each other. I went to elementary school with Brooks. I went to, you know, elementary with Nate Robinson. So I think that bond just stays. I know his mom, I know their dad, so you just want the best for them, and that's vice versa. Like I said, when Jamal and Jason Terry were doing it for me, they never said, Brandon, keep doing it. But it's just once I was able to be in a position to help other young kids, I just roll with it. So now it's just about these young guys understanding that it's a responsibility that no one's making you do it. It's just something that you gotta love.
Got a chance to catch up with B-Roy, man. It was nice kind of capping off on the whole Brotherhood type feel and the thing that they have going. And just nice to hear like the other side of it, because he kind of just said what he does with a lot of the players and how he mentors them. And it's good. It's good for the community, and it's good for the players coming up, because now they know that their dreams are possible. And a lot of people don't get that around the country. And whereas some players don't have that many trainers, they don't have that many, you know, mentors. This place has all that. The people who live in Seattle love their city, and I'm starting to fall in love with it as well. So I linked up with one of my best friends from LA, Chiraq. He hooped at the University of Washington and has been living here since '08. He always talks about how nice everything is, the quality of life. So I had to get a little tour of the area, see what it was all about, and catch up with one of my brothers.
The Brotherhood, as far as basketball goes, I mean, it's a real close-knit community. Like, I can say what's up to Brandon. Like, if I saw him walking down the street, it's not like a fan to a former NBA player. It's like I know him. Like, we practice together. I played against him. Like, and that's the same with everybody that came out here. And Seattle put out a lot of professional basketball players, which is really rare. And they're all close. They all talk. It's real laid back. Nobody's trying to outdo each other. Everybody just wants to see everybody grow, and that's just how the city of Seattle is.
I woke up this morning feeling inspired. My last day in Seattle, ready to get to the gym. First stop was seeing some of the younger guys Jason works with. there, right? Magic Johnson, Mark Jackson, they just keep you on their hip and just like, you know, set the play up. When they're ready, when certain players are ready, just blow by you. But for the most part, they're just chilling. Setting the play up, they're under control. They control the defense, letting them do all the work.
This next workout was down in South Tacoma, Isaiah Thomas country. This is where Chris Hipper works out. I've been talking hoops with Chris for a while now, learning a lot about training from watching his videos. And I'm not the only student. He told me about his Sunday workouts that had 75 players, so I had to check it out.
I got the ball in my left hand.
Looking like Brandon, Will, Jamal, all those guys grew up together playing. Guys that went from Garfield and Beats to UW. They take young guys underneath their wings and really make sure that they make it. You know what I mean? Where some kids don't fall in between the cracks. So there's guys that they actually make through. Make sure that these guys are fed, that they get to the gym, that they're not late to practice, that they make it to school, and kind of pave the way for them. Now they can't help everybody, but there are kind of chosen ones though that at a young age, these guys make sure that they actually make it. So it just kind of, that's what they've done, and through that they've actually called it the whole they actually call it home team, and home team is just kind of like their little clique that they have. All the time during the off season, guys don't go train out. They come back to Seattle and train for 4 months. They come back home.
I'm really feeling this city. Who knows? Maybe I'll pack up all my stuff and move here with Tyrese. There's a lot to like about the basketball movement. The Brotherhood is real special. And if you gotten to know me, you'll know that the people I work with I consider like brothers. It's important to me, and a big reason I do what I do. The thing about Brotherhood, everybody says it, everybody wants it, but very few actually have it. And it's because it's less about you and more about your brothers. It's not what you say, but what you do for another. You become part of something bigger than you. And when you really got it, you'll know.